Hello friends, now let's solve the multiply strings problem. We are given two non-negative integers, number 1 and number 2, represented as strings. Return the product of number 1 and number 2, also represented as a string. There are some notes. The length of both number 1 and number 2 is less than 110. And both number 1 and number 2 contain only digits 0 to 9. Both number 1 and number 2 do not contain any leading 0 except the number 0 itself. So how to solve this problem? Let's first see how do we do the multiplication. In mathematics, like we want to multiply 123 and 456. We will try to multiply 123 with 6, and then we will multiply 123 with 5, then 123 with 4. So we just write it down. We first start from the rightmost. We multiply 3 and 6, so we write down 8 and carry 1. Then we do 2 times 6, so we get 2. But we need to add the 1, the carry 1. So we write down 3. Then we get the carry 1. And then we do 1 times 6. So so we write 6 here. And then we will try to multiply 123 with 5. We will first write down 5 because 3 times 5 equal to 15. And then we get a carry 1. Then 2 times 5 equal to 10. But we get to carry 1, so we write down 1. And we have carry 1. And then we will add 1 times 5, and then we write down 6. You should notice that we should make the alignment. And that should be 3 times 4, that equal to 12. So we write down 2, and then we get to carry 1. And then 2 times 4 equal to 8, so we write down 6. And then 1 times 4 equal to 4, so we write down 4. So the final step is that we just sum up all the digits in the same position, and we get our result. So our algorithm just to simulate these steps. And for the simplicity, we will first convert the string to the char array. So let's first think about one question. If the length of the number 1 is n1 and the length of the number 2 is n2, what is the length of the result array? Let's see this result has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 digits, but we can have the n1 plus n2 plus 1. That should be the most digits. Think about one example. If use 9 times 9, then we should get 81. The length is 1 and 1, and the length is 2. So, do not need 2 plus 1. The most digits is just n1 plus n2. And you should notice that we start from the rightmost, and we have 2 pointers. One is I, and one is j. For every j, we will iterate this n1 and let the digit times this j. And then we move j forward, then iterate this n1 again, and then move j forward to get this to get the product again. But you should notice that like if we try to times n1i with n2j. What is the responding index in the result array? Like this is 2, right? 0, 1, 2. This is 2. Index equal to 2. And that's index j equal to 2. So what should we write down the product in the result array? That should be, because we also write from right to left. And that should be I plus j plus 1. Why? Because this is 4, right? And the rightmost position in the result is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5. And as we keep this j solid, we move this I forward. So then I equal to 1. We write down 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. It's previous place. So that's correct. And we will write down the product module 10 here. So we need to put a carry to the previous position. That should be I plus j. So now let's just write the code. So we'll first convert the number chars1. There should be number 1 to char array. And there will be chars2 will be number 2 to char array. Then we'll get the length n equal to chars1 dot length, n2 equal to chars2 dot length, and we have a result array. Its size should be n1 plus n2, but that should be char. But you should to initialize this array. Arrays field result to the 0 char, because by default it's empty, so we need to initialize it. Then we just iterate. J start from n1 minus 1 and j greater or equal than 0, j minus minus, and then for I equal to n1 minus 1, I greater or equal than 0, I minus minus. We first get a product, the corresponding 2 digits product. We needed to convert the char to the digit. That should be chars 1. There will be I minus 0. There will be minus 0 times chars. There will be 2. J minus 0. Then we get the integer. But we also need to get a temporary sum, because maybe it already have some value in the result I plus j plus 1. So we need to first get that value. It will be I plus j plus 1. We need that is a char, right? So we also need to minus 0. Minus 0. So that is an integer. We plus that product. So that is the total sum. And in this case, the new value should just be temporary module 10. But we also need to convert that to a char. So we convert that to char. Okay. We also need to pass the carry to the previous position. That will be I plus j equal to, also convert to char. We will first get the previous value, I plus j minus 0, plus this temporary divide 10. So that is integer. Okay, then we finally plus this 0, right? Okay, so that should be the correct. And then we just to generate the result, we use a string builder. In case there is some leading 0, we will use a Boolean array to check whether we have seen the non-zero digit. At first, it's false. So for every char in the result array, if c equal to 0 and we haven't seen any non-zero digit, we just continue. Else, we append that in our result. And let this c to the true. Because once it's not equal to 0, we have seen a non-zero digit. We mark the c to the true. Finally, we need to check whether the length equal to 0. If it's 0, we just return an empty No, not empty string. It's a 0. If not 0, we just return sb2 string. Okay, some part have, let's see whether we have to the right convert. So that should be a char array. Yes, and we minus 0. That's correct. Then the temporary should use result minus. Yeah, it's a integer plus integer. It's an integer. And we module 10 and convert that. Oh, we should plus an empty 0. So that's the mistake. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time.